Hey guys, Dark Ride 91 here with a review of Dragon Ball Super Episode 64. And before I get into the review, as I say every week, um, I will be telling what happened. So if you do not want to be spoiled, this is your only warning. I will not repeat it again. There is the thumbnail, it has nothing spoiled. I'm not sure what my title is going to be, maybe the title name, or I'll just make something up. But again, this is your only chance to be warned, so I don't want to hear any crybabies complaining about spoilers. So, the episode starts off with what episode 63 ended as, with Vegeta yelling that he is the Prince of All Saiyans, Vegeta Sama. And this time we see I assume he did the Big Bang attack because we see this big giant ball of energy and it hits Black while he's on the ground, and Vegeta's just standing, he's floating in the air with his arms crossed. So like I assume that he did the Big Bang attack because we've seen Final Flash, we've seen him do Gallic Gun. The only move we haven't seen him do is Big Bang attack. But Black shoots up in the air. I'm assuming as well. I did watch it raw. I'll watch it in a little bit with subtitles, but I like to give my thoughts on it watching it raw. But I'm pretty sure after that, Vegeta's like, "Get up! I know you're not dead," because he knows Goku's body really well. He's fought with Goku many times, so he knows he's not dead. So Zamasu or Goku Black shoots up in the air, and he forms his Keyblade as normal. But what I thought it was that he was going to strike Vegeta with it, but Vegeta was gonna block it. But no, what he did was he took his Keyblade, he stabbed it in his hand, and even Vegeta was shocked. I was like, wow. He was like, what is he doing? And I was like, okay, what is he doing? Why is he trying to harm himself? But what he was actually doing was he was creating a scythe out of the Keyblade. So he kept pushing it further into his hand. He took the hand that he stabbed it in and he grabbed it, and then he just stretched it out. And then we see a scythe form. I'm like, wow, that's pretty cool. He's gonna try to cut up Vegeta now. But I think that's what Torian wanted everybody to believe, that after him forming the scythe, that he was gonna go and try to cut Vegeta. But Vegeta blocks it, of course, and even Vegeta said, wow, you missed. But they look into the sky, and there was this rip in the sky. And as I said in my episode 64 prediction preview, I thought that cut in the sky was due to the fact that Zamasu made that cut in the sky to make some type of incantation to fuse with Black. But I was completely wrong. I'm not a great prognosticator, one of Geekdom 101's favorite words. But the point of him doing that was he made clones out of I guess you could say out of the key out of what was inside the, I guess you could say, wormhole. I'm gonna call it a wormhole. I'm not too sure what it is, but there was this wormhole that that Goku Black had created after creating his scythe. And then we see that Goku and Vegeta are standing back to back, and we see these clones of Zamasu of Goku Black. Geez, I'm getting all over the place. But we see these clones of Goku Black, and I believe there's like 5 or 6, and then a few more come after that. So there's most likely about 10 of them at this point. And their eyes are darker, like the coloring of their eyes, their eyebrows, and the hair are darker, and you can tell the difference because they show one of the clones of Goku Black, and then they show the original Goku Black, and you can see that the hair coloring is very, very different, and it's reminiscent to the coloring of the Keyblade that Goku Black and Zamasu like to use all the time. And so Goku and Vegeta both strike a few of the clones, and it kind of reminded me of the Buu saga. It kind of reminded me when Buu would like whenever you shot a key blast or Kamehameha towards blue or towards Buu, excuse me, that you would see these little like bubblegum pieces in the air, and they would go back together, or the with Buu it will reattach to Buu itself or himself. But with the clones, they would just appear in air and then go back into the shape of Goku Black. So um, they do that for a few more times, and then there's about 20 of them this time. There's a significant amount of clones this time. And what Goku and Vegeta do, they decide to stand back to back again and actually shoot key blasts so they can knock all of them out, because about 20 of them, that's too much for, even 10 of them is too much for them. But later on, we see that Vegeta, or no, excuse me, Bulma, Trunks, and Mai are in the garage, and the time machine is fixed. As Bulma's really sufficient, and she's really fast, especially since the time machine is the only way for them to get back home. And we see that Trunks has finished putting back the Mafuba jar. It doesn't look the same, but it doesn't at this point it doesn't matter. They needed to be put back together so they can seal up Zamasu and using the evil containment wave. So then Bulma is telling Trunks that the jar is used to use the evil containment wave so they can seal Zamasu. And Bulma's telling Trunks, well, you need to yell out the word Mafuba while you're trying to use the Mafuba jar. So we see Trunks, and this is Toriyama's funny moment. We see Trunks just yelling at Mafuba, and in one of the poses, he does the what's his name? I was gonna say Captain Ginyu, but if you play Dokkan Battle, one of the Captain Ginyu cards is a rare card. You see that he's bent over, his butt is in your face, and you can see his face through his legs. But the second pose that Trunks did was the Great Saiyaman pose, where he takes his hand, and I guess he puts the letter M. I wish I had a camera I could show you guys, but you guys know what I'm talking about when the Great Saiyaman does his pose where he squats his legs, and he takes his hands, and his hands make the formation of the letter M. So he did 3 poses, and Bulma's like, that's not what you're supposed to do. So she takes out her phone, and she plays a video of Piccolo showing what to do with the Mafuba, because she decided, okay, just in case Goku can't use the Mafuba, maybe Trunks can use it. So she plays it, and Piccolo shows how to use the Mafuba. And Trunks is like, I don't know how to do that. There's no way for me to do that. So Bulma goes outside. She closes the garage door behind her. So she starts walking and nonchalantly, and then she notices Zamasu there. She gets all scared. So she acts brave, and she starts flirting with Zamasu, trying to get on Zamasu's good side. But eventually that didn't work. So we see Trunks and Mai come outside. Trunks is holding the jar, or Mai is holding the jar, and we see Zamasu holding Bulma by the trench coat. And this is why I started flipping out, because I didn't want a rescene of episode 6 or episode 47. I was really afraid that Zamasu was going to kill Bulma, and I was going to freak out again. But Trunks freaked out for me because he remembered when his mom, Bulma from the future, was disintegrated by Goku Black. But at that time, we didn't know who it was in episode 47. So then we see Trunks rage out once again in his I'm gonna call it his full powered Super Saiyan 2 form. A lot of people saying false Super Saiyan God, false Super Saiyan Blue, but I'll call it his perfected Super Saiyan 2 form, even though it has the blue key in it, in the aura. But he goes into that form, of course, this time with the pupils. And, Zamasu is noticing his eyes. It's like, what is he doing? What's going on? So Zamasu throws Bulma onto the ground, and we hear or we see Trunks get into to the formation of doing the Mafuba, and he yells out Mafuba, and we see the green, I guess you could say the evil containment wave, and Zamasu is most likely thinking to himself like, how does he get this power? Like every time we fight, he has this new move or new power. So he was, and I kept hearing the word Ningen, both from Zamasu and Trunks, and even Mai said the word. So they're probably talking about immortals, or something, talking mentioning about humans. So then he yells out the name of Fuba one more time. He tells Mai to open up the jar. With every strength that he has, he takes his arm and he, you know, guides it to the jar so they can lock up Zamasu. So Zamasu's finally locked up. And then Bulma gets up. And after that, Trunks goes into base form. Bulma gets up, and she's getting excited because Trunks was able to finally do the Mafuba on Zamasu and lock him up in the Mafuba jar. And she starts crying, and Trunks is like, "Huh? Like what?" But then we go back to the area where Goku, Vegeta, the Goku Black clones are, and Goku Black is, and then they're still fighting, and Goku Black notices there's something wrong. So then again we go back to the scene where Bulma, Trunks, and Mai are, but somehow the evil containment wave didn't work because we see them holding down the jar, and the jar is shaking. So Zamasu's trying to get himself out. Eventually he did, and and the jar broke again. So he's in the air. He's breathing hard, and because he's in a jar. So of course that's not going to be good to be stuck in something that small. So Goku Black notices something, and he does the instantaneous movement. And once he does the instantaneous movement, the wormhole that was in the sky closes off, and all the clones disappear. And Goku and Vegeta notice that he's gone. So Vegeta's like, "Oh, we have to find out what's going on." So Goku does the instantaneous movement, and everybody's over there, including Gowasu and Supreme Kai. And we see that Goku and Vegeta are standing in front of Bulma, Mai, and Trunks, and then on the side we see Zamasu, excuse me, not Zamasu, Gowasu and Supreme Kai, and we see them talking, and there's this instant, or there's a scene where while Zamasu is talking, he moves the Potara earring. I believe it was on his right, so he moves it to his left. And before that, Goku Black was talking, and and his Potara ring or earring starts blinking, and so does Zamasu. So that's when he turned it to his left ear, and then or I might have it backwards, but when he switches the earring, and that's all that matters. He switches the earrings, and then they start blinking once again, and then Zamasu and Black, they both hit stomach to stomach. And if you remember, I believe it was Budokai Tenkaichi 1. If you play Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 1, in the opening, when we saw the Goku and Vegeta fuse, they hit stomach to stomach. But with this difference with Zamasu and Black, they hit stomach to stomach, and then we saw them turn around. And then once the fusion was done, we see this pink aura, but we didn't see the full transformation yet. We see this pink aura around them, and then they Zama or I like to call the fusion Zamasu Black. So Zamasu Black takes out his right hand, and then we see the other half of his body. We see him take out his left hand, and then the particles or the key, whatever, starts disappearing from their hands, and we finally see the fusion of I call the fusion Zamasu Black. So we finally see the fusion of Zamasu Black, and then the scene ends there. And then I'm still gonna do my preview prediction for episode 65 as usual, but we see the preview for episode 65, and Zamasu Black is kicking Goku and Vegeta's ass yet again. And I had a feeling that was gonna happen because they kind of had the upper hand after all that training they did when they retreated into the past, when Vegeta went to go train in the room of Spirit of Time, and Goku was learning how to do the Mafuba. So they did do training. It wasn't like they just went back and did nothing. But they did have the upper hand in this episode, and to see them have the upper hand in this episode is a little different because the last few times we've seen them fight, they always got their asses handed to them. But yet again, it happens in episode 65. But I like this episode. My favorite parts of the episode was Trunks doing the Mafuba on Zamasu, Black doing the using or making the Keyblade into the scythe, or if you want to call it, Black creating the wormhole to make his clones, and then Black and Zamasu finally fusing into Zamasu Black. So those are my favorite parts of the episode. I'm gonna have this so basically the review's done. So when I'm done with this, I'm gonna go on YouTube and then make my video for the episode 65 preview slash prediction for me. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I definitely did. I hope you guys are enjoy the episode. I know a bunch of you are gonna get hyped with the points that I said. You probably have the same favorite parts as I did, but give this a thumbs up if you liked. Thumbs down if you dislike. If you guys want, you guys can subscribe, of course, and hashtag Zamasu Black. Until then, I will see you guys in my next video, which is be recorded very soon and be put up very soon. So until then, I'll see you guys in the next one.